Inside his pants. Alec and Pete, bringing the heat. Alec and Pete, is that called muscle? Bringing the heat. Alec and Pete.
All right. Yep. It's that time of the week. Bringing the heat with Alec and Pete. I'm your co-host, Alec, and we have my partner in crime, the man, the beard, the legend, Pete.
Yep. Pete the
So,
Powerhouse here.
Pete the Power. I like that. Pete the
Pete the
Powerhouse.
dude. You know, because it's all the weights above, you know.
Yeah,
All the
I
weights
actually
above.
they gave me a nickname this weekend because I was bowling in Long Island, and we can get into in my trip to the city in Long Island later.
Yeah.
But so I my first roll haven't bowled in probably over a year because I feel like bowling alleys either weren't open or
There was
whatever.
some sketch stuff.
I
Yeah.
threw one like right into the gutter, like so I hit
Jeez.
zeros for a couple sets or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
frames. And
Yeah.
they were calling me grassy goose eggs. So
Yeah. Grassy.
grassy goose. I thought that was pretty good.
I bet you're the kind of kid that you go with the group and then your buddies are like, Grassy, it's okay. We got you. They go up to the attendant. They're like, can we get the gates up for him on the sides? You know, the rails. Yeah. He's like, is that for just me, man? No. It'll be the group. And it's just you bowling by yourself with the gates up.
Like, guys, why am I over here and you guys are over there? I don't.
Then again, bowling alleys, that's like the one thing that nobody was really upset that closed down for a bit.
I don't remember one person being like, damn, I really wish I could bowl right now.
Bowling was like when I was back in like 7th, 8th grade, that was a side hustle that you could actually make okay money on if you were good in tournaments. I had a buddy who owned a lot of bowling alleys. So you probably know of him.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And he used to bowl in tournaments when we were like 13, 14, 15, and he'd be making money where I'm over here just digging around, playing RuneScape.
Yeah, they have a nice house, those people. So
yeah,
they must do pretty well. Bowling isn't that fun if we're being honest. I mean,
no, there's nothing really much to it. But then you always have that. You always say you go with a group of people, and you've got the kid who used to bowl in like a league when they were like 12 and they still know how to throw a decent ball. But when they get there, they're like, their mindset changes. It's like, I'm in competition mode. It's no longer just a bunch of buds bowling,
Yeah.
But you have one of those people in every group,
Yeah, one of the guys, he could spin the ball. Like if you're spinning the ball, and shit, like
like the side spin, like the curve.
Don't play with me because I can barely get it down. I was rolling it so slow down the lane, it was like comical. And then I would try to roll it fast and it was still slow. So like clearly the gym's not working. I'm not sure.
I went to the gym one time this week. I basically told myself I'm getting back to it, eating healthy. Which this happens all the time. I transition into these things, but I go to the gym yesterday. I had a great day, and now today I was like, well, the weather, it's not really encouraging. It doesn't. So
I feel like when it's nice out, you wanna exercise, you wanna go out and do stuff, and then here in Binghamton, you wanna buy a rope and a chair. Like that's kind of what the weather does to you.
Yeah. I feel like there's an in between. If it's too nice out, then you want to just go chill and drink some beers at Beer Tree or something, But if it's like in between, you're like, it's a decent day, whatever. I feel like working out, But
or there's those days where you want to write a letter to your ex-girlfriend, she texts you, tells you not to write any more letters to her. Like so, like there's different things that happen.
Those kind of days,
and
handwritten letter.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Some guy I heard did that.
Sent by
carrier pigeon.
Carrier pigeon. Yeah,
that always comes. We should. I mean, if we were ever to make like
a company, be carrier pigeons.
No.
Oh, okay.
Like, shirts like with our logo, there would have to be a carrier pigeon because that has come up since day one and is just
we've been talking about it for a while.
And there would be 4 different cars on it to represent your 4 different cars that you've had since we started the podcast, not even a year ago. So
yeah. Just so the anybody watching YouTube right now knows, I am currently just taking a little glance out. I'm babysitting 2 baby German Shepherds. It's been 5 days, and they have shit every morning in their crates for me to wake up to. So that involves taking the whole massive crate out, spraying it down, while also keeping an eye
So
out for the two.
I heard the story Monday when we were together at the going away party.
Yeah.
And I heard the story from your girlfriend who said that you wash the crate while the dogs are still in the crate.
Oh, no. Okay. All right.
No,
I don't wash it while they're in there, but I carry them out while they're still in the crate. Because if
she
you listen,
said you wash it while they're in there.
no, she was just trying to make the story a little bit better.
Okay. I don't know
That's
who
what
to
it
believe
was.
because I believe
But
you would do
well,
it.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. They shit, and then dogs eat their own shit, and they roll around in it. So I'm with my clean pants in the morning. I'm not waking up and letting this thing run around and jump on me with shit on it. And that, I open it so it's outside. It's kind of letting the chickens out to roost, but I cannot tell you. One of the dogs had a situation where it was having diarrhea for the longest. It smells. It's the worst smell in the world. I told my girlfriend, I was like, I would rather change like 8 diapers of babies that just shit all over the place than that. And it seeps through the house. It stands in the air, it gets in the carpet. It gets in your veins,
So
But-
I mean, so between that smell and your natural fumes that you produce,
you would think it would cancel out, right?
your house must reek.
Well, yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
I mean,
See, I've been trying to wear
I
the no
thought that
sleeves.
your roommate or housemate was the one that bought these and was going to take care of them. So
So he decided to go to Maine, the state of Maine, for like 5 days, So I was like, you know what, I'll pop back and forth, and they were gonna have another friend pop in and check on him. That friend, that's not a thing. So basically when he gets back, I'm like, yeah, no more vacations for you, because next time you say you're going on another little trip, I'm gonna be out of town as well. So which is great. It actually pushes me to go out and have adventures and stuff, but I'm not fucking around.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God,
mean,
that's great.
If you're gonna get a puppy and you want to go through that, only get one. Having two's not even like I put down. Yeah,
I'm not. I've had this dog I have now. We call him Walmart Rudy because my old dog's name was Rudy and he was an OG, and so this dog is just Walmart Rudy.
kind of like one. Yeah,
and like he's so annoying and barks all the time and pisses me off that I'm not like, I'm still a dog person, but I can tell you this much. I don't think I'll be owning a dog when I'm older. Like, unless it's something that the wife or whoever like desperately is like begging and really wants and says they're gonna take care of. But like, it's gonna take a lot for me to ever want a dog, to be honest.
If I would get a dog, I would get like one of those German shepherds. And if I just had stupid money, I would get a German shepherd, and I would have it go to like a training camp, which they have for like a couple months, get trained so I don't have to deal with a bunch of bullshit, which is
what
currently
if a dog is trans? Because I think my dog might be trans or gay.
I don't know if those. How are you gauging that? Are you gauging that from medical experience?
My dog around so I definitely think he's gay. But if he's trans, then he wouldn't be gay. So reason why I think he's gay is every time I'm around him, his peach elite comes out, the red thing that makes my dad calls it lipstick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. So it comes out and it's quite disgusting, and he's really excited around me. And the reason why I think he's trans is he doesn't pee with his leg up. Like, so like he just sits and pees or whatever, how it
is that a myth though, the leg up, or is that an actual? I haven't seen it.
My dad's dog, Tony, the name's Tony. It after Tony Soprano, it pees with its leg up. So that dog's not trans.
Maybe it's the environment that it's in, that it grows up in, if it's a more manly,
That's true.
Then
I mean,
if it's hanging around you,
I pee sitting down, so maybe he watched me.
You probably, I feel like you're one of the door open kind of peers,
Yeah, everybody's watching me shower, and then that's why he licks his ass. Anyway,
maybe.
So I went on this. I went on a little bit of I went on a date last week, and It was funny because you know how like you order your drinks and then like someone else usually brings the drinks out sometimes. Like it's how that works. Like
Wait. So you order
so you
from
order
one
so
person.
so we're we're at table eating dinner and then we order drinks and not the waitress doesn't always bring the drinks. It's some other guy that brings the drinks sometimes or other person.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
they bring over the drinks and I ordered a strawberry fizz with vodka in it, and she ordered a 1911 cider. And
Okay.
so the person brings it over and hands me the cider and hands her the strawberry
The
fizz.
fizz. Yeah.
And I start dying, and I was like, actually, you're gonna want to switch those around. And the waiter or what waitress was dying, like,
Oh
and I'm
no.
just like, I literally go, yeah, I'm gay, so whatever. What are you gonna do?
No, you
It's just,
didn't listen. Yeah, that's a rough one to yeah, I don't know. Did the date go fine after that, or was she like,
I mean,
I
it's
know what
fine.
kind of guy?
Like honestly, like I mean, like I have no idea if this person listens to this. Like, great time. I don't see a future for us, and maybe she
Yeah,
doesn't either, and maybe that's just perfect for both parties.
it's like that movie, Groundhog Day.
I mean, here's the deal. Listen, I work out, I go to the gym, and I'm just expect that out of the people that I go out with.
Yeah,
Anyway, so oh God.
you
Oh
just expect it. High expectations.
oh God, not
But
even
yeah.
yeah. So
Oh
I
shit.
did go to the city this weekend, which was cool.
Okay.
And I went to this comedy club, which I highly suggest anyone that lives in an area that has a comedy club. Like a lot of them do. Like we obviously don't because we live in a fucking awful area that sucks and makes you want to hang yourself. But I highly suggest if you like comedy, going to a comedy club in the city or wherever you are, because they are straight up. It's 2 hours of just straight up laughing and drinking with your buddies. It's just amazing. Like I can't
Yeah.
say enough about how fun and like how fun it was. Yeah.
Wait. So what was the lineup like?
So you don't know for like when you go to these places, if you unless you are going to see a specific person, like if someone has shows and like you pay for a ticket for that person, like you just go to see like they have a lineup of like 8 people that go and they each go for like 15 minutes and you don't know who they're gonna be usually. I don't think.
Okay, it's kind of
So
just
yeah, you go.
random.
Yeah, it's just random people. One of the girls was Carly Aquilino, who was in Girl Code. If for
Girl
those
Code, Netflix, or what are we
No,
talking? Movie?
that was on MTV back in the day, like when we were in high school.
Okay.
So that was a pretty big show, and she was hilarious. Like she said a few things that I mean, like I'm still laughing about. Um, she actually said this one thing. It was so she's like, "Hey, is anyone in the crowd during COVID? Did they go through a breakup during COVID? Did anyone else go through a breakup during COVID?" And I raised my hand. I was like, yeah. And and I said it way like louder than I thought I
Yeah.
said it. And she goes, all right, sir, relax over there. And me
Oh,
and my
that's
buddies
so.
just fell over laughing. Like she was just so quick with it. And
She just roasted you. That's called like straight just improv, just
so
hopping on
just
you.
like right away, like I go, yeah, she's like, all right, relax, sir. And I thought other people would be saying, yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not.
No, I don't think that's something that like everyone's proud of admitting.
Oh yeah,
But
weird. But yeah,
yeah,
so that
that's
was
kind
funny,
of
and she was great. She was the best one, honestly. There was a few
damn.
people that should quit comedy that went.
I feel like there's some times that you get lucky and you get some massive person that pops in just to pay tribute to.
So the place I wanted to go to was the Comedy Cellar. We ended up going to New York Comedy Club. I've been to the Comedy Cellar last year with Wheeler and our girlfriends at the time. We are
Yeah.
both of us do not date those girls anymore.
Mhm.
Rough topic for Wheeler and me. So we went to the Comedy Cellar last year before COVID hit, and it was a blast. Like some pretty big names were there.
Yeah.
And here there was like at Carly's big name, like she's got 100,000 followers on Instagram, but
Yeah.
she was the only big name there. That same weekend, my favorite comedian ever was at the Comedy Cellar, I think Saturday night.
Maniscalco?
Chris Stefano.
Oh, okay.
Maniscalco
Yeah.
is no longer my favorite comedian. He doesn't go to those clubs. Like he doesn't do the like quick
No, he does.
15-minute ones. He won't
No.
do that.
I
These
think
guys still do it.
yeah, he doesn't he didn't grow up, I think, on that improv comedy. It was more the physical, like making it kind of like a family friendly enjoyment, like, because I think
mean,
you gotta, if you're just roasting people, you got to be able to just think fast on your feet. I think I think he's a setup kind of, like, it's like a Kevin
so
Hart versus
I've
like
been
a,
to one of his shows before. Like
okay.
this wasn't like a random where random 8 people show up for 15 minutes. This was me and my buddy Wyatt. Shout out Wyatt. We went I think last fall, not
Is
no like
Maniscalco?
two falls. We went to Syracuse. He was playing in Syracuse, Maniscalco,
Yeah.
and so that he was roasting people in the crowd and pretty quickly and shit. So he can do it.
Okay.
He's like, you got to think like he sold out people just to see him. Each ticket was $100. He sold out in a massive place. The guy sells out
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden for 3
Yeah.
shows in a row. Like
Yeah.
he's way
Yeah.
bigger than any of these comics that go
But-
into the Comedy Cellar or like New York Comedy Club.
Yeah. Well, get this though too. When a lot of people don't know this about the pricing of stuff. When you buy tickets, you're buying them from these third party. You're buying them from like Ticketmaster or something like that.
Yeah.
When places like Madison Square Garden, when the first 10 seconds they release tickets, these massive companies buy up tens of thousands of the tickets, and they buy them for probably say $40 a piece, and then they sell them at cheapest for like 100, because after everyone else has bought them for $60 or $40, there's none left, and then they can it's price gouging. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
a lot of people think they're buying it just from and a lot of comedians say this too. Like, I'm just pretty sure Maniscalco goes, don't fucking talk to me about the price of the tickets. It's not, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But that kind of sucks. But yeah, I mean, he still must be making tons of
He's
money.
legitimately one of the richest people that have solely done comedy and have made that much money. I mean, he is.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he lives in a like multi-million-dollar house in California is not normal for even a good comedian.
Yeah, I wonder though, like what his wife does. His wife seems pretty chill, but I
don't
think
think
the family
she does
must come
anything.
from money. She said
she
the family
does come
comes
from
from money.
Yeah. He talks about how she comes from money and shit. So.
It's kind of like the people think Tom Brady's so rich. His wife's worth 3 times his amount.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. What's her name?
Giselle.
Yeah, she has some kind of fashion brand that's up there with like, I think it's fashion, but she's got something where she's worth like, if Tom Brady's worth 100 million or 300 million, she's worth like 900 or whatever,
Dude, those two combined, their kids have to be the best looking when they get older. Like they're like young still, but when they get older, like our age, they're gonna be like smokes.
I don't know, or it could be the opposite. Everyone compares them to their parents, and it's just, but usually with genetics.
I mean, I can't imagine combining those two people and then making an ugly kid. I mean, I just can't.
That really doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Except my parents. Oh, well, my dad's not good looking, so never mind.
Yeah. So that explains. Yeah. Okay. So then I guess But
I came up with this term this weekend. So I was in the city, and like here in Binghamton, like you don't have to. I will say this about Binghamton: you don't have to wear a mask right now anywhere you go, and I fucking love it because I'm vaccinated. I did my part. I want to not wear this fucking stupid thing anymore. So I have been wearing it. I go to the city, and everyone's still wearing the masks inside and shit. And I was just like, oh my God, like whatever. But I came up with this term for people that are woke. And I've noticed this with most people I know that are really woke. If you're woke, you're broke. So
yeah. Wait, so woke is in the sense of like
woke, woke people just like are people that like are offended by everything. And I've noticed there's a common theme with people that are offended by everything and also being poor and don't work very hard. So if you're woke, you're broke. It's a new thing I'm saying.
Yeah, woke, you're broke. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever been woke.
You've been woken up from a 10-hour nap during the middle of the day.
Definitely by shit, like actual dog shit. That's what I've been woken up. The scent. I've got the nose of a what do they call those dogs, that mushroom dogs? They sniff for, those really rare mushrooms.
I don't know what. In Italy, those
what
mushrooms
are they called?
In Italy. I'm not sure. Should we look up rare mushrooms in Italy?
Type in rare mushroom. It's called I don't know.
The truffles, the truffle dogs.
Truffle dogs, and then they have truffle pigs. Apparently truffle pigs are way more effective. Imagine training a pig to find the truffles but not eat
Wait,
it.
did you know this about pigs? Pigs will eat you like human beings. Did you know
Oh,
this?
they'll eat human. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen some medieval movies where they throw you into the
Yeah. Yeah.
they starve the pigs. It's kind of like you hear dog fights and cockfights and all that stuff in both meetings, but you never hear about pig fights.
Do pigs fight each other? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I think if they're hungry enough,
My
it's
grandpa used to have a pig. They had this huge pig and they fed it and stuff. And it was so big and they called it they named it one of his cousin's wife's name. And I don't think he liked that.
geez, yeah, that's
That's
rough.
not
I
nice.
know this. Listen, I know this family um who back when they were kids, this is years and years ago. Okay, this
Okay.
is old time thinking. Uh there were some like girls in a family and they had parents and their parents had like a couple bunnies or something, okay, and so the kids fell in love with these bunnies. These were the things they would see when they came home and all that stuff. And then like one day they got back and they were sitting at the dinner table, and what's on the dinner table? It's just the bunny. Like the
Yeah.
bunny's on the dinner table, and it's just like that's the kind of imagine that's like a hard life. That's hardcore right there. Now if somebody steps on an ant, we're like, oh my God. Like, could you imagine having like a hamster and the next day
So,
it's just
so my grandpa used to have rabbits up in the back, and we would feed them like a bunch of them, and we'd feed them all the time. And then, like once in a while, we'd have rabbit soup. So we were feeding them to have rabbit soup, and
so he was tricking you guys into kind of doing his
I didn't think
job of
anything
getting
of
them
it. And
bigger.
then we'd be eating this rabbit soup. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. And then I realized that we were murdering the rabbits that we
Yeah,
feed.
rabbits in the backyard. Jeez.
So yeah,
Well,
that's the first time I heard that.
he had you working before even me were working.
You know, I
Um
heard this term this weekend. For an Italian person, it's called gindaloon. You ever hear that
Gindaloon.
term?
No.
Pretty funny. My friend from Long Island called me and called me a gindaloon, and I was like, that is one of the funniest things I think I've ever heard.
Gindaloon. It sounds like you got the word balloon in there, but I don't know what's the meaning behind it.
It's just
Just
well, like get like I feel like it's just like Guinea is like part of that word, and
yep,
then
yep.
they just
Like a
like
cartoon, like a
there's like
silly,
gindaloon,
yeah,
like it's just like
yeah,
it's a
Gindaloon.
slur. It's a slur, but a really funny sounding slur.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put that
I
out
would
there.
I would I'd start calling it that, like prosciutto. I'd just be like prosciutto. It's like a nice fun, like a uplet, like prosciutto, but just
Yeah, I
prosciutto.
don't call it I call it prosciutto. Like that's actually what I call it.
Yeah,
Like
but
I
I
don't
mean the
put the
normal
O on
people
the
would
end.
just but look at that prosciutto over
I
there.
actually, as a kid, I used to call it jus. Like I don't think I could say the whole word.
Yeah, some Italians they just kind of decide that like certain letters. Yeah, when I was living over in Italy, they would say words, and I'd be like, "Well, this doesn't match up my Italian class. The words that we're learning. It's because you guys decide to delete a couple of the letters in the words.
Yeah.
You know,
You ever meet
um,
someone that doesn't know what prosciutto is?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know when there's a lot of Italian meats.
Yeah,
And
but
there's
that's like the good.
so
That's the best
pralini
one.
and I go to Wegmans and there's like 5 different kinds. I only know the one. I only mess around with the one, the prosciutto. The others,
What
I
about
don't.
the super sad?
I don't know. I don't
Super
know it.
sada? It's
There's
pronounced
if there's
super
too many
sada.
dots in it, I don't trust it.
Well,
They're
one time
mixing
I
them.
called it, so like we call it super sad. I never knew like how it was spelled or anything. It's just like we never call super sada. That's like it's
Mhm.
another meat. And
So yeah.
so I was like talking to my buddy's dad, and I was like, oh yeah, if you want to have a piece of super sod, and he's like, what's super sod? Is that like really good grass? And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, no,
Yeah.
it's
Soap.
meat.
Oh, soap like sodding. Like sodding.
Sodding. Yeah, he was like
No.
super sod. Like,
Well,
yeah.
sodding. No, I think sodding is like welding. But sod. I get what you mean.
Yeah, like
I'm more from my mindset's from the country, more the growing up on a farm, personally I grew up on a farm, so it was more of I grew up close to a farm. My family had a farm. It was
no, they didn't. Oh no,
well,
you're
extended
yeah,
family,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I can
stayed there
still
for a
say
little bit. You should
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was right. I don't think you liked staying there, for being honest.
Well, here's the thing. Talking about staying places, once I bring up this, I'm not watching these dogs anymore. I might get kicked out of my current residence. So it's Peter's back on the vacancy train, the no vacant, just kind of
Yeah.
popping around. But
So
let's see.
so my did your parents get you anything when you graduated from undergrad?
They probably got me. Truthfully, the first car that I ever had, they kind of just gave to me randomly toward the end of that semester
Okay.
and was like, here, take this, you know. And so I've probably dropped that initial value down 10 grand to be in the spot I'm in right now. But yeah, what about you?
So this is pretty good. So I think people appreciate what my dad gave me for graduation. He hands me a this is a God's honest true story, and Pete, I could show you.
Yeah.
Hands me a wad of cash wrapped inside of a Felix Roma. So sorry, the wad of cash was in a rubber band inside of a Felix Roma bread bag and handed it to me.
Are you shitting me?
I will show you after the podcast because I don't want to show it on the air. But
Did you take a picture?
No, I still have it. I haven't.
You still have it just wrapped.
I have it wrapped.
Do you ever count it?
Oh yeah, I counted it. But it's pretty hilarious. I was like, this can't be real. Like, are you? I was like, are you messing with me, or is this like?
Yeah.
He's like, what did you want me to put it in? Like, I had an extra bag.
Oh my god, dude! I bet you watch it be like 10 20s on the outside, and then the inside's just like newspaper, and he was just fucking with you. Oh my god,
he would pull that, but
that would be hilarious. Or there's the Monopoly money inside and within.
I mean, the fact like why it had to be in a Felix Roma bag is
like
the
it's
most
something
unreal thing ever.
You gotta just how do you give it to you? You just hand it off to you, be like,
hand it to me. He's like,
yeah,
listen, you did a good thing.
You did a good thing. Yeah, congratulations. I wonder what you're gonna get for the graduate school.
That's what I got. That was my.
Oh, I thought you meant undergrad.
No,
okay,
this was just it just happened.
I'll probably get a boat for graduate school or something. You know, they got to step it up from the car, right?
Yeah,
but it'll be a boat with like half an engine because the car I got was like a two-wheel drive.
physician's assistant, and I can show you my nuts and it not be weird anymore, right?
I'm probably gonna specialize in the thing that doesn't allow me to see you ever. You know, you come like I go in for only like gynecology field, and somehow you change over to being a woman, and then you sneak into my office, and you're like, okay.
You wouldn't be surprised.
Did you see that? We don't talk about too many controversial things. Did you see the was it Ron DeSantis, the Florida governor? He signed that thing so that transgender girls, I guess, can't play, which is really think about it. I mean, if you put like males and female sports and then vice versa, people could get fucked up.
Yeah, you know? I think Caitlyn Jenner, who's transgender, actually supported a similar type bill.
Huh.
So
yeah, well, I mean, take somebody like our friend Wheeler there. You put him on like a girls lacrosse team. I mean, he could definitely fit the, like, you know, he wears that kind of outfits and stuff, but you know,
emotionally, like he fits in.
Emotionally, but I mean, physically throw him on there.
Oh my god, he used to have arguments with his ex-girlfriend was a lacrosse player at his school, and he would tell them, he's like, I've never picked up a lacrosse stick in my life. He's like, give me 2 weeks with that thing, I will be able to beat everyone on your lacrosse lacrosse team. And the girls were like, absolutely not true at all, blah blah blah. And he's like, no, like I'm not. And he wasn't being like arrogant. He's like there's a very big disconnect between us male like athletes and you guys, and I mean that in the nicest way.
Yeah.
And
now he doesn't have that girlfriend anymore.
So I mean, there's a lot of things that happen. So
there's sacrifices to conversations and arguments, you know.
there was one, I gotta say this story. He probably won't care, but
probably.
I mean, he might care, but I'm not even talking shit about it. It's actually a hilarious story. So we're at New York City. This is that New York City trip I was telling you about, and we went to this Italian restaurant and had pizza. And me and my girlfriend at the time were just, we were like, yeah, let's get a margarita pizza. We were like, yeah, sounds good. I look over at Wheeler and his girlfriend. They're like arguing. I'm like, what could they possibly be arguing about? Like, in reference to what we're ordering. Come to find out, I find out way later. She's like, hey, want to do a margarita pizza? It sounds like that's what they're doing. On the description for the margarita pizza, it says like mozzarella, tomatoes, whatever, right, for the pizza. Yeah. And she goes, oh, I don't like mozzarella cheese. He's like, what? She goes, what do you think's on pizza?
Bro, how can you not like mozz?
So I think she is, I mean, I listen. I hung
Lactose
out.
intolerant?
No, I just don't think she's like the brightest bulb. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so like I think she didn't realize that that's the normal cheese that's on pizza.
Yeah. She was just thinking it was like
That's the
prosciutto
only
or
thing I could come
something.
up with. I don't know. I'm trying to defend her a little
Yeah. I
bit.
mean, because mozzarella just tastes
It's the
fantastic.
best
No,
thing ever. Like it
it
really is.
is.
It's
Like I have a full, what do they call them? Balls cylinder of mozzarella.
yeah, yeah,
If
yeah,
I have a
yeah.
full downstairs in the fridge, I could, if you give me that alone, I could eat that. But you
Yeah.
give me that, some tomatoes, some basil, and some vinaigrette,
A little
balsamic,
salt.
and you've got me for the whole night. I'm
You know
set
what
for
I
the whole
used to
night.
do? I used to literally take up the ball out of the package,
Yeah,
put a little salt on each bite, bite it, salt, bite,
salt,
just
really,
yeah, a little salt because mozzarella is it's bland. It's a
kind of
little
bland.
bland,
It is
but
kind of
it
bland.
is a little
Yeah,
bland. But you add a little bit to it, it's unbelievable.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just
So
never thought about putting the two together, the salt and the
oh
mozz.
really?
I feel
Yeah.
like Americans put salt in way too many things, so it's kind of like I don't know.
I don't know.
That's interesting though. I'm taking it from an Italian. But I feel like I wish mozz was that thing that like you could eat all day. Like it'd be like lettuce. You could eat all day and it wouldn't be bad for you.
Bad for
But
you. No, you ever eat a lot of cheese? I mean, like for me personally, every
and you
time I eat a
feel like
lot of
shit.
cheese, I I spend a lot of time in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And my face breaks out horribly.
I've never had the face thing, but I know that that's what lactose, a lot of dairy does to you.
With acne and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
I've been
fact.
hearing because the things you eat are they directly affect acne. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's just stuff they put in their skin.
No, it's true.
Your stomach and digestive system's completely connected to your skin. And that is the medical fact of the day from
Petey Meds,
Pete.
they call you.
PD Meds.
So I was like, it's weird that like cows, like, cause we're lactose intolerant. Like a lot of people are lactose intolerant because the milk we drink is from cows and we don't have that enzyme that breaks down. But like if
I
we
think
drank,
it's
our parents' milk, we
yeah.
wouldn't have this issue. So really what I'm thinking is they should start selling human milk.
Ooh, that would be that's kind of that's on the edge of now we need to like look at your search history online, but but I don't think that would be I don't know. What can cows only produce milk when they're pregnant or what? No, they always produce milk.
That's a really good question. I think they always produce milk. If I were to guess, I would have someone to
Maybe.
ask, but she broke up with me.
Ooh,
Should know that
yeah.
answer.
And that's why you got the strawberry fizz drink.
Oh, I am wearing I'm wearing this shirt for those watching YouTube. It says U.S. Air Force. So shout out the U.S. Air Force.
We got a buddy.
department.
Yep.
My buddy was in town and he gave me the shirt. It's really tight. It's a small. I think he just gave it to me because it didn't fit anyone else.
Yeah. And I think he's probably doing some traveling there for the next couple of years.
Yeah, but shout out Novo, Kyle Novo.
Yep.
He's a big fan of the show, and he'll be in Korea coming up. So
yeah, we had him on. We had him on.
He was on a while ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he was. He was here. He was on. Yeah. Well, last time he was here.
Yeah, we couldn't get him over there, could we?
No. We could, and we just didn't. It's weird.
Yeah. It was probably
we got a packed schedule of like people coming
Xbox
on
or something.
and stuff.
Yeah, we've got 90 people plus 90 plus people trying to get out here.
Yeah.
As well as a couple companies.
Like Jimmy.
Yep. Oh yeah, we're getting back. I think he's still going through a couple golf tournaments.
Yeah.
But after that, yeah, dude. Other than that, like, what's the mask thing is pretty much done. I went to Planet Fitness and nobody was wearing a mask. So
yeah.
And then a lot of these stores just stop supplying hand sanitizer that I've seen and the wipes. If they're not mandated to, they kind of just say fuck it.
Yeah, it's weird. They got rid of the toilet paper too. I think they.
Yeah, but that's more of a strategic. Apparently, well, get this. I just read something that the U.S.'s biggest dairy producer or meat producer got ransomware. Remember how that ransomware hit the gas and oil? Now they're going for the meat and the dairy. They're hitting us at key spots.
Mm-hmm.
They're
hitting us where it hurts.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, if we have those hackers that can get us out of it.
How do you hack meat? Like you put microchip in the ground beef.
in the meat, and then you trace it, and then you just explode it or something like
I don't
this.
know anything. Like I feel like when
That's
they're
how
talking about ransomware and shit, I couldn't know less about what they're talking about.
I think it's more of just they log into their whole functioning system and corrupt it with a bug, and then the bug has a certain code that only they can give.
What type of bug is it? Is this like a
It's like it's a part of the arachnid family.
okay. Yeah.
You know, I think it's a German bug related. They feed them like you fed the rabbits.
Well, that makes sense because
his backyard.
Germans, they've done a lot of things in the past, and it seems like now they're making their bugs.
Getting back at it, and then Russia doesn't even. We used to be kind of scary to Russia. Russia just doesn't care anymore.
They are the least scared of anyone, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they just don't. I saw a picture from the Olympics during World War II or something, or after.
Yeah.
And it was based in Russia, Moscow or something. And they had like a massive, imagine like a 50-foot fountain, but it was formed by humans, like a bunch of humans just, you know what I mean? Like Cirque du Soleil or grabbing onto each other. I don't even know, but that's how intense they were back then. Now we're just kind of like, oh, let's put on a light show.
Oh, I think the Olympics are supposed to happen this summer, right?
I didn't know that. I don't follow that stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it involves like
Eddie the Eagle
athleticism.
Eddie the Eagle is the farthest extent that I really dive into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but the Olympics are happening in Japan this summer supposedly, but they're thinking about canceling it still. I'm not sure exactly
weird.
why.
And again, like these guys train for like 4 years. You know what I mean? Imagine training for 4 years and then they're just like, yeah, we're not gonna have it this year. And then that's 8 years of their lives. And if they get the next one, you know.
Well, it was supposed to be last summer, so like this is already a summer late.
Who's funding the training and the cost of these Olympians? Are they doing it themselves, or is there taxes that go toward that?
We should look. That's actually a really good question.
These are questions that nobody ever.
No one asks these questions.
No.
Who funds their steroid usage? Like, is that just them? Is that
who hides it? Ransomware. You know, these are things that, you know.
Shout out ransomware. Shout out.
Dude, that's rough because now they're gonna find our podcast and we won't have access. So all of our 3,000 viewers won't be able to.
We are over 1,000 views in total. So
that's a big point right there. We're probably sending out another T-shirt for the 1,000 plus views, but that's because we ran out of, I think we're out of stock of the other one or no?
Well, it's weird. We're not. And I thought we would.
Oh, it's probably because the marketing mix up. We had our
buddy, marketing. We call him Marco Marketer, and he's just not doing his job. And
I think
I will say this. I'll say this
test or something.
One of his friends bought one of my shirts and wears it to school. So he's got a friend in middle school in Georgia wearing a
with our faces on it.
With our faces on it.
Yeah, that's actually legendary. He needs to take a TikTok, like a video, and then send it to us. You know, be like.
He said he was gonna do a TikTok of us and like make a whole thing. And then what happened was he didn't do it. And then Dylan, my other cousin, said the same thing and he didn't do it. So it's what it is.
TikTok
it's
sabotage
of liars and deceit and
manipulation.
So
yeah. Jeez.
If you're listening to this, I'm not happy with you guys. So
yeah. And neither is a kid that's wearing it to school every day. That's actually legendary to think about. I'm not going to say we're ultra famous, but we've got some fame now because people in a different state that we don't know are wearing our faces.
Anytime I mention the podcast, someone they're like, "Oh my god, yeah, like I've heard about that." It's like, yeah,
you've heard about it. Have you seen it?
Listening to it.
That's the thing. Yeah, like, we have. If we miss a day, if we're like a day late or something, because we usually record on like Wednesday, Thursdays. If we record Thursday night, there's people calling, freaking out. Like, are we gonna get it Friday? Like, are we gonna, So this is. It's like those reality TV shows and shit. Pawn Stars and stuff, which I've always wanted to do. Something. We should maybe do something like that. You know what we should do for one of our episodes? We buy a storage container unit, drive up there, and we just kind of evaluate what each item is worth. And you know what I mean? We should do a Kickstarter.
Like a storage wars?
Like a storage wars. we get our fans to maybe throw $5 each. That multiplies up. We have that limit, or we could just take it from that wad of cash that you have.
Yeah, that's in the
But
Felix Ross bag.
that could be a move. We do like a little trip, and
I would be down to do something fun. The thing is we're so incapable of doing anything involving like technology, and that involves, editing and shit.
Yeah. We could talk to our buddy
Kevin.
Yeah, because maybe he's got a school project that he needs. You never know.
I don't know. All I know is he needs to invest in Keeps. It's a thing that it's a supplements that make your hair grow back, and then maybe he can start doing our video editing.
Bro, let me tell you, Kevin is the most savage like human being who is bald, but it like rocks it better. There's times that I see Kev in the outfits he wears and his beard too. The beard too is savage, but sometimes I wish that I could, like, if I was bald, that I could look good like that. I don't know.
Well, you weren't wearing underwear at the party we were at Monday, were you?
Yeah, well, I'm in a situation where we have a washer and dryer, but we just didn't set it up yet. So I'm kind of really bouncing around town. I used to in Italy had a little Indian guy. I would drag my wash across Italy, across Rome in the middle of the day. And this little Indian guy would be waiting for me at the store.
This is not a true story.
This is a true story. He'd be like, Mr. Peter, and I would say hi to him, pay for it, and hand it off to him. I would give him like a 1 or 2 euro tip every time, which was like 50 cents. But he would be so excited. He'd watch it for me, and then he would fold it for me and give it back to me, dude.
I'm not the biggest bullshit I've ever heard.
Not fucking around, dude. I did not have a washing machine in
You're waiting till now to tell me you paid an Indian guy to watch your stuff.
Well, he worked at a place that was.
Did he have a halal? Would he have a halal cart?
No, it was like an Indian, like a. I think it was like, I don't know. He was from Bangladesh, actually. He was Bangladeshi, and so he was excited to see me.
What's the term if you're from Bangladesh? Like, what's your nationality?
You're Bangladeshi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We think of just throwing around these terms. Yeah. No, I think it's an I. Okay. Maybe it's a Y.
I don't know.
I don't understand languages. I took 2 years of Italian. I don't know.
I have a hard time believing that story. I'd have to see proof that
I could send.
What was his name?
I don't know his name.
Yeah, see, you would know his name if he was touching.
Dude, I don't remember people's name. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna send a Google directions map from my house to the actual washer machine place. Or I can get a verified text from somebody that was over in Italy with me saying that that's what I did. Maybe I'll do that.
Did anyone else do this?
No, but they knew about it. They knew I would have to do that because they lived in student housing. So they had washing machines just like that.
You didn't live
my dumbass. No. I decided to live in a little apartment that looks like Harry Potter's, under his stairs.
Your decisions are just unbelievable.
Yeah, they're all around. But I don't know if I talked about this last time, something to like wrap this up, but Pete Fines, we haven't talked about the Pete Fines recently, the Facebook market. I got my hands right here for our YouTube viewers on a 1946.
Dude, you already talked about this.
I talked about this. Okay. All right. Well, there goes my memory. You expect me to remember some of these names?
That happened last week. You don't remember about last week?
Dude,
isn't that what is it true that that's what you're making your money on right now is Facebook Marketplace, because you're not doing Instacart?
Yeah, our Instacart has died. Instacart, nothing's going on with that. A Marketplace, random things, Marketplace, Poshmark. I'm fielding for jobs right now. So if any of our viewers own massive companies, but I'm looking at some startup positions.
You want to do some construction? I know a guy that needs construction, but I don't see you doing construction.
No, they would be like, oh, you need the left-handed screwdriver. Yep. Yep. See, that's called memory right there. That's called memory right there. Or the left-handed hammer. That's what it was. But I've just been watching a lot of movies, watching a lot of YouTube, preparing for my next job.
I've been watching. So this is a typical night in the night of Alec. What I do is because I'm going through a lot right now, mentally. So I've been doing this thing where I cry in the fetal position while watching You've Got Mail, pretty much every night. So,
oh, great movie! That's like, you know what, you got to try that, but with Sleepless in Seattle.
Should I try that?
It changes. It changed. Yeah, Sleepless in Seattle changes.
Okay,
the way
I think it's on
you know?
Netflix, so I'm gonna give that a read.
It probably, yeah, or Amazon, and
But
the soundtrack is
if
great too.
anyone's
You know,
bored at any night around 8-9 o'clock, that's usually when the nights are pretty hard. Just give me a call or come over and we could watch You've Got Mail, Sleepless in Seattle.
well, you can pop over tonight. You know, let's get the group together. You know,
Oh yeah,
help me
yeah.
watch the dogs. You can help clean up the shit. You know,
All right,
you got
yeah.
experience with that, cleaning up shit, not dog shit, brother. You know,
Yeah, my dad shower shit. All right, so
yeah.
another week of bringing the youth Alec and Pete. We will see you guys next week.
Catch you guys.
All right, see ya.